Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. So today it's going to be a mix of a lot of things. I don't know how much time I can actually get it all done, but I'm planning on doing a lot of things. Well, first of all, I am checking all my hydrangeas here at the front, and I see loads and loads of buds on here. Can you see that? So that means that this is ready for me to prune and trim it down, and I'm planning on also trimming these bulbos down and the little lime here as well, because I also checked on them and they have loads and loads of leaf buds on them. And also tomorrow we're expecting a lot of rain, and when the temperature is consistently above 10 degrees Celsius, or I guess 60 degrees Fahrenheit or above, if you're doing Fahrenheit, I like to also, fertilize the grass. And since we're expecting a lot of rain, I thought the best time to do it is just before the rain. That way I don't have to water the fertilizers in. And I'm also going to be re-edging this border garden, making it look a little bit more fresh. Now, I'm not going to put any mulch on yet because I will be going in to plant these with lots of annuals. So I'm going to do the mulching after that. And I'm also going to be pruning the hydrangeas in the back as well, fertilizing them, and also be pruning back the David Austin roses I have in the back and also fertilizing them. And same thing with the clematis. So tons and tons of stuff happening. Anyway, and if I have time, I will also be dividing these Autumn Joy Sedum and replanting a little bit of these on the little island bed that I've got. This is just to show you what I will be using. So I'm going to be using this sort of half moon cutter, I don't even know what it's called, to re-edge the border of the garden, the grass. I've got some of my hand tools here. I love these. This is a hand weeder. I'll be looking to see if there's any wheat that I can remove. I'm going to be using this to remove, and this is just another version of the same thing that I like. And again, any wheat that I see, this is the hand tool that I use, and I have a couple pruners. Now these are not the best pruners, and but they work, so I still use them. I've got some eggshells. I've got to feed the clematis. I've got the rose food here, which I will be using to feed my roses, and I also use this to feed my clematis as well. But in combination with the rose food, I also use the eggshells as well. And I also have the used coffee ground here that I've been saving all winter. I will be feeding the hydrangeas with this. And for the grass, just before applying the fertilizer, and the fertilizer that I use is this lawn food 27002 with iron. The iron actually really helps with that sort of deep green that you see in the spring, and that's because of the iron. So any lawn food that you feed your grass, you want to get it with iron in it. Like I said, I will be using this. Now if you have a bigger lawn, obviously this is not going to work, but you know what, I sometimes just spread it by hand or just use the spreader and spread the fertilizer. And before I do that, I'm going to rake the grass a little bit. Now I have been doing a lot of raking lately, but I thought just in case I have any dead grass still on, I can detach using this metal hand rake. So anyway, I'm going to set my camera up and go through all of that. So I'm in the back now, and I'm going to attempt to prune all the hydrangeas and the David Austin roses and the clematis and feed them, and I'm going to try to get it all done before it gets dark, because like I said, I want to get it done this weekend so that when the rain comes tomorrow, they will be able to soak in the nutrients as well as the water and start to put out new growth. So I'm gonna set my camera up and do all of that right now. So here's the backyard. I've finally completed the pruning of the hydrangeas as well as some of the other plants that I have, like the David Austin and the clematis. Now here's the limelight standard. Now you remember last year I had the large panicles on them and they were kind of floppy under the heavy weight of rain. So this year I decided to not prune them all the way down like I normally do. So I prune them, but not as drastic as I normally do. So the blooms might be smaller, but I don't mind at all. And I think that would make them less floppy because they're going to be smaller, right? So anyhow, I will work the used coffee grounds into the soil and make it look a bit nicer. But I thought I'd just quickly show you this before I lose light, because it is getting quite dark. And I just want to mention something, that I have some of the big leaf macrophylla hydrangeas. Those I did not prune because we tend to have late frost all the way to near the end of May. So I leave these on until just before the last frost date to trim these, okay? Just to make sure I don't accidentally cut down any of the blooms that are going to come on the old wood. So anyway, and these are, just to recall, they're endless summer varieties, which I'll pop the names on the screen for you. Okay, so anyhow, I'm going to quickly run to the front to show you what the front looks like right now. So here's how this bed looked after I finished cleaning. So I did edge the border here, and I also trimmed the bobo hydrangeas. I also trimmed the clematis that I have there, and also trimmed the vanilla strawberry hydrangea that I have there. I fed them all with the food, and I'm gonna go over to the other bed to show you. So here's how everything looks on this bed. So I will come a little closer so you can see the border. So I did re-edge the border here. I pruned the hydrangeas. I fed them with the used coffee grounds, and I also raked the grass as well as fed the grass with fertilizer. So with the rain that's coming overnight today, the grass should be green in a few days. So anyhow, it is getting late, so I think I'm going to stop here. And as always, I always plan on doing more things than I can actually achieve and accomplish. So anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Bye bye now.